House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 3. Let's talk about it. So Episode 3 of House of the Dragon Season 2 is now out for you guys to go and check out. Last week's episode was absolutely mental. So now we pick up on Episode 3. I'm always so excited when this show's coming out. Now, Episode 3 was a good episode. It wasn't a banger like last week, but you know what? It was still very good. And you could feel that this particular episode was the episode that was basically the real calm before everything hits the fan. Because a lot of it is about people moving their chess piece forward, igniting the war, and others getting ready and prepared for it. Because it's inevitable. It's coming. You can feel it throughout here. So you have Rhaenyra sending off her younger children off somewhere where they are going to be safe away from this war because she knows it's inevitable that it's going to happen. Then you have, Aegon making his first move with Christian Cole, sending an army, a small little army, to go and try and take the Riverlands because that's one of the most important places that they need. So you have a lot of pieces moving in this episode, but then you have the core stuff that makes this type of show absolutely incredible. The conversations. Now, the conversation with Rhaenyra and Alicent in this episode is brilliant. It is so freaking good. And I always find it insane how bold they are when they go, look, this is Queen Rhaenyra. This is the person that they are trying to kill. She is willing to disguise herself and go into enemy territory, behind the lines, infiltrate, and have a conversation with Alicent. One person is all it takes. One person to recognize that it's her. And it's GG's for her. It's game over. See you later. The war doesn't begin. But when she's sitting there and having that conversation with Alicent, it is just so captivating. It is performed brilliantly. The writing, the dialogue, everything about it. You're sitting there and you are just glued to the screen. Listening to the words, listening to Alicent trying to tell Rhaenyra, no, your father told me that it was Aegon that was the prince that was promised. He's the one. There's no mistranslations or anything. This is exactly what he said. It is 100% Aegon. Aegon has to be on the throne no matter what. There's no mistake. This is war. This is what's going to happen. It's brilliant. And you have Rhaenyra trying to say, like, we can stop this bloodshed. We can stop this war. We can just fix it. We can stop with this. And look, you even had Otto last episode. He even knows that what Alicent said isn't completely true, that Aegon is supposed to be the one on the throne. Even he knows it. And that was all by his conversation with Aegon in that last one and the words he spoke. But that was so captivating, man. So captivating. And when Rhaenyra hears the words of the prince that was promised, she's like, wait, what? He said those words? Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And then you have the sly dog, man. Oh, the slithering snake. The little finger of House of the Dragon. The 1 foot feet fetish Lars Strong. That man is so cunning. He's in there weaving his little filthy hands into the king's ears, telling him, oh, you shouldn't go right on here because this is a whisper, trying to get himself entangled into this so that he can have a grip on stuff. That guy is the biggest slime ball I've ever seen, man. I do not trust him at all. He has some sort of hidden agenda here, and he is just a master manipulator, and he knows Aegon is so easy to manipulate. And that conversation there as well. And then you obviously see that, like, the people that Aegon has now got guarding him and that, they're kind of a bit of, like, dweebs. They don't take anything serious or anything like that. That could come back to bite him, maybe. But then you also have Aegon go out on the town as well in the barn. We learned that there's this other guy who thinks he is the bastard brother of Aemon. No, not Aemon, sorry. Daemon is like that. And, Heath believes he's a Targaryen. I don't know how true that is or whatnot. I guess we'll probably dive into that a lot more because I don't know why else they would just drop that. That kind of seems weird. But hey, I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's telling fibs. We don't know yet. But Aegon comes in. And this is where they're like talking about the squire, dating people and that. And as he's going through, we get this very graphic, probably the most graphic we've had in this whole Game of Thrones sort of stuff. Of when he goes into the house, the whorehouse there, and like things are happening, man. You see a lot of stuff. Anyway, he opens the curtain. He sees Aemon, his brother, there with the first person he slept with, and that. And obviously, this is like a coping mechanism. It seems like for Aemon, he's obviously attached to her. He feels comfortable. He feels safe there. And yeah, man, it's crazy. And you can just see Aemon, how annoyed his brother pisses him off all the time. Like, you can just see it in that conversation. And Aegon doesn't care. He doesn't care because he's the king. He can do whatever he wants. So that's all great. You have Daemon going to a stronghold, to the Strongs. Strongs. Yep. Going into there. Dude, that whole sequence of him walking through with the water and everything like that, chilling. Just fantastic. And then he has these little flashback sort of moments where he sees a younger version of Rhaenyra tying the head of the young boy that he got killed. It was insane. It was insane. And you can just see that there's stuff eating up Daemon as well. And he's trying to fortify that because it's the biggest castle. Apparently it's the biggest castle in the whole like Westeros there. So he's trying to, fortify that, get that ready so that they have a stronghold there where they can like guard or something like that. I don't know. But that seems to be his plan and stuff like that. But then the big thing that I found interesting in this episode was the council and Rhaenyra. Her talking to the council and telling them when they're like, yo, you know what we should do? Get the dragons, just go burn people. And you're like thinking to yourself, yes, that's a brilliant idea. You have dragons, use them. Go out there, blast your enemies and tell them, yo, you better, bend the knee to us or we'll burn you. But Rhaenyra's smarter than that. She is sitting there and she knows see, the easiest way you can explain this is the dragons are like nuclear weapons that we have today. Once you set one loose, that's it. It's game on, and it's just, no one comes out better. It's just a total massacre, and it is just blood, fire, death. That's what will come out, and that's the thing that Rhaenyra is trying to avoid, is the dance of the dragons. The dragons, like they say, when men go to war, it's fine, but when dragons go to war, the world feels it. And that's what is about to happen. And that is what we're feeling right now. Because you also have the Greens as well. You have Aegon and that trying to be like, yo, let's get Vhagar involved because he's the biggest dragon. Get him in there. And then Alicent's kind of like, well, we can't do that because once one dragon goes in, then it's a free-for-all. It's all dragons. And that's catastrophic for everyone. So that is absolutely insane. But it's brilliant. It's such good writing. And it just shows you the maturity of Rhaenyra and what she's willing to do. She's still trying to fulfill what her father wanted, is hold the realm together. And she knows dragons will pull the realm apart. So that was all great. The opening sequence as well, man, that guy is psychotic and that. And then you see the big battle happening, and then, well, you don't see the battle, but you see the outcome of it, and there's just bodies. A sea of bodies, man, everywhere. Talk about a rivalry. But again, brilliant episode. Had a lot of fun with it. Cannot wait for next week's episode. Let me know what you guys saw of this episode. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash down the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.